guys, welcome back to another live our Wyoming Life. I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And we have a goofy light shining in right over here for some reason. We decided to move back out here to this room, which was not really that good of an idea because we have a weird light shining across my face. So if I'm out of focus, that's why. Anyway.
Sorry guys.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We tried to figure it out and we can't find where it's coming from.
Yeah, I'm slightly annoyed. Anyway, good evening and thanks for coming out and joining us tonight, Friday night, which is obviously a different night than we usually do this. It's last night we had Mackenzie's program,
yes,
her school concert, that there was no way that we were going to miss it. So we ended up pushing it back to tonight, and I really want to thank everybody for all their understanding and all their support. There was a few people that were a little upset that we did move it, which I thought was kind of goofy.
Sorry.
If you know anything about us at all, family comes first, and I think it should with anybody. So, yeah. A good thing that if we would have done a live stream and said Mackenzie is at her concert and we're here doing a live stream, somebody would have had bigger problems with that. I would hope. So. Yeah, the light beam reminds me of the Blues Brothers. It reminds me of an annoying light beam shining in my eyes.
It's really cloudy outside, so that's why we moved back out to this room, because in the wintertime, when it's dark out, we can be in this room. Since it's, light later, we moved to the other family room. But it was really cloudy. This room was, less messy with kids' toys, so we're like, well, let's come back out here. Change things up. Yeah, bad decision.
Yeah, it's not like you can see kids' toys, because obviously we're pretty tight here, but you could, if we panned around the room,
messy,
you would be like, this is crazy. So don't go into the light. Stay away from the light. Thanks to our moderators for coming out tonight. Matt is with us along with Bob, Nash guy, and Ron. Hey, Ron, how's it going, man?
Hi, guys.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Those guys are the cops of the hour, and they're hanging out and keeping everybody, smacking them in line every once in a while. So it's really good that they are here because we do get a few interesting things happen every once in a while, and I want to thank those guys for doing it for nothing, I guess. I mean, yeah, they do, which is awesome, and they support us in many different ways. So thanks, Matt, thanks, Ron, and thanks, Bob, for doing that as well. Our plan tonight is we have mail call coming up tonight. We're also going to do an update on the peacock and how he's doing. We're going to show you because one of the things that came up when we said that we were going to Mackenzie's school program, people said, well, you should just do the live stream from there. That's a quick way to get sued, actually. We had a friend of ours that put a kid in a video on YouTube and had the permission of the mom. Parents were divorced or something. Didn't have permission from the dad, or the other way around, I can't remember. But either way, the other parent came back and sued him because the kid was in the video. Long story short, it's a bad idea to put kids that aren't yours in a video
without written parental consent.
Yeah, without something. So anyway, we're gonna take a look at that. We also have
a ton of mail call stuff.
We do have a ton of mail call stuff.
And there's something in the fridge too that we forgot
to grab, and it's in the fridge. We also this week had preschool kids come out and tour the ranch on 2 different days. Yep. So we've got one single picture from that for some reason. Actually,
again,
I think
the kid issue.
The kid issue. Yeah, you had to get one picture when none of the kids were looking at the camera, and
it wasn't even all the kids. It was a select.
How many were in a group? Did you count?
Well, it's a class, so 13 or 15.
Okay.
I don't know what their max class size is. 13 to 15.
And it's something we've done every year is have when Mackenzie started preschool, it kind of came up that, hey, we'd like to come out and tour a ranch, or they do go out and tour ranches or farms or something. And we said, well, why don't you just bring them on out? And that's kind of stuck with us. One year we had 7 classes or something like that?
4 days of it or something. So we always do, they have 3 and 4. This is the preschool that Mackenzie went to and Grace goes to now. And so they have a 3 and 4-year-old class, and they have a 4 and 5-year-old class. Grace is in the 4 and 5-year-old class. They went to a different ranch, so Grace got to go see something else because last year her class came out here, but this year we still had the 3 and 4-year-olds. But I think one year we had both, so we had 4 days.
Yeah.
Or something, because there's always a morning class and there's an afternoon class. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it does. It keeps you busy. And I think last year or the year before, Mackenzie, they went to a yak
2 years ago.
2 years ago, they went and saw a yak ranch, which is just north of town. a little ways, and
Quite a ways.
she
Long
got to
bus
learn
ride.
all about yaks, and that's the interesting thing is that we're close enough to town to where a school bus can get here, they can still do the tour, and then get back to school in time.
Especially for 3 and 4 year olds, because they can't go very long without a bathroom.
They can't. One of them peed in our yard, so that's always fun and exciting. What's that kid doing out there? Oh my gosh! Okay, everything pees around here, so it's okay. Anyway, so
yeah, we know it's blurry, guys. There is a weird light shining in,
and it's messing with the focus a little bit.
That light is what the camera's focusing on, and we don't know what it is.
See, if I can put my hand right in the right spot,
and
then
it still doesn't want to focus.
It still doesn't want to focus.
Move forward.
I'm not sure what
we tried to figure it out. We're super sorry. Mike might be able to figure it out if he messes with the camera.
Maybe. Erin made me go through and change a bunch of settings, so we're going to try just undoing
Don't
that.
unchange the settings.
No, that didn't make any difference. Anyway.
We're really sorry about the
that's
focus.
just a light issue. And like I said, if I put my hand over it, in just the right spot.
Now we're really orange. What'd you do to us?
Oh, it changed us. Okay, talk about something while I try to fix this.
So we were supposed to have like an inch of rain today, and we desperately need some rain. And we've got some mist is all that we have happening, and they've downgraded our rain forecast, and it doesn't look super promising, but still supposed to get some rain tonight, supposed to get some rain tomorrow. It's kind of shut us down from being able to do anything. We couldn't put more concrete in the ground for the high tunnel with that much rain being forecasted, and of course it didn't work out that way. But yeah, so we're kind of the last couple of days. Well, yesterday I hurried up and I've got potatoes and onions planted, and I hurried up and got onions in the ground before Mackenzie's program and before the rain, and some zinnias, some flowers.
And you're putting flowers in the garden.
Putting flowers in the garden. We're doing 3 different kinds of flowers. It'll be really pretty, and the whole front edge is going to be zinnias if they come up and grow. And it's getting worse.
It is getting worse.
We literally turned off every single light in the house trying to figure it out, and can't figure it out.
It's coming through that window over there, which is a goofy window, and there's no cover on it. See if I. It's moved. It seems like it's. I should move the camera because we actually tried to set up. We're like a minute late getting started. And we tried to set up. Here, I'm going to move this really quick just so people can see this ridiculous contraption that we tried to build to block the sunlight. Maybe if I can figure out how to move the camera.
You're not moving it.
There we go. So that is a few. What's that? 3 chairs stacked up on top of each other.
And that light that you see is not the cause of the reflection.
No, that's ridiculous overhead lights.
But
anyway.
Every single light. Oh, now we go. There we go.
Did I fix it?
Yeah, you fixed it.
Sweet.
Kinda.
Oh,
I'm in focus. I don't know what will happen when you come in.
I'm gonna break the darn thing is what I'm gonna do. Hey, let's try this.
We're gonna have to sit really close.
Oh, there's that light again. Oh no, we gotta shoot. Okay.
Well, we're in focus.
Here, let me move that camera just a little bit more.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Sorry for the technical. No,
Up. No, I need to move this way so that I don't have to sit on top of you. Which would be.
And no.
Nope. What am I doing?
I don't know what you. There, you're good.
Okay, but I need to move this way just a little bit.
There. Stop.
No. Erin's a director. Okay. Let's try that.
We'll see if this works.
Ta-da! Well, see.
But we're in focus.
We are in focus, so that's a better start. Anyway, you want to just start over?
Hi, welcome to our Wyoming Life.
No.
I'm Erin.
I'm done. Okay. So anyway, tonight we do have mail call. We have all those videos that we're going to talk to you about, and we're going to take your questions. So why don't we do some of that right now while we're hanging out here? If you have any questions, just throw them up. We'll try to catch up to them. It's your lamp. There isn't this lamp. See,
it's not the lamp. We turned the lamp off. See, it's off.
Now, see, still there. Anyway.
I think it's the sun. Not that you can see the sun.
It's ridiculous is what it is.
It's cloudy.
All right, so let's answer a few questions, and hopefully they're not all about this light that's shining across my face. You want to switch sides?
No, it's fine. Move on.
Okay, fine.
All right, I saw one from Country Vlogs. Who's your favorite country artist, Mike?
It's hard for me to decide. I've actually Working in radio for so many years, I've met a lot of those guys, so it's kind of hard to be like, I know who I don't like, I can tell you that,
Don't
but
talk
usually
about
that's like a
that.
personal thing that people I've met that I don't really get along with. But I still listen to them, which is kind of weird. Like there's, you know who I'm talking about. There's one country artist I do not like. I can't stand the guy, but I still listen to him every once in a while. So if I was going to choose somebody right now that I actually really like, that I listen to his music and I like personally, it would be Jason Aldean. I've met Jason a few times.
A long time ago.
I used to actually really be close with Jason. We were at a birthday party one time, and he texted me and asked me what I was doing, and I don't know what the whole deal was.
Oh.
But I said I'm at a 4-year-old's birthday party or something like that, and he's like, "Oh, tell her happy birthday for me." And she got to not talk to him, but she got to text him a little bit, and she was really excited about that. So actually, her mom was more excited about the whole thing. So anyway, yeah. Long story short, Jason Aldean at this point. It could change.
Okay.
And I am a huge Johnny Cash fan. I did meet Johnny Cash before he passed away too. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you could buy a new tractor, what would it be?
Oh, I hate this question.
From Kyle Blizzard.
If you could buy a new tractor, what would it be?
We have really nice tractors.
Right now, you know,
so.
I'd buy a good lawnmower at this point.
I'd buy one of those little John Deere garden tractors that we could mow with and we could till with, and it has a little tiny loader so I could turn compost.
That would be handy.
That's what I would buy.
Yeah,
I'd buy a garden tractor.
I'm a huge fan of the 6400 series. We have a couple of those, and Gilbert really liked them, so we had a lot of them at one point. And yeah, I like those. I mean, like I said, at this point, it would probably be something tiny. Don't you think?
Garden tractor.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know. How's calving going, Erin?
It's great.
It is going great.
I'm really good at making bottles for bottle babies.
We have 4 bottle calves now in the corral. They're all using their little doohickey that I built for them. On Sunday that I built. They're all using that. Actually, I built it on Saturday, but...
Okay, well, it's in Sundays with you.
Yeah, it's in Sundays with you. We have 4 of those guys. We have 80-some calves out there now, and they're all doing great. It's been cool and cold today, so I've kind of been keeping an eye on anything that's fresh and new. But
how many did we have today?
Only 2 today. But a couple days ago, we had 7 in one day. Nowhere near breaking our record, though. They kind of seem to be spaced out. Our record for calves in one day is 12.
You had 9.
I did have 9 one day.
That's our only really. We haven't broke double digits.
No, they've kind of been spread out and kind of doing their thing, and they're kind of past that point now. They're out of the first cycle. I'm pretty sure, or close to it. So a cow has 21-day cycle. So if you're out of that first 21 days of calving, they're into that second cycle. We usually have about 60% of our calves within that first cycle.
And we're right about there.
All the heifers are done calving, so I'm glad I'm done with that. We did have, you have to go back a little ways because I haven't talked about her for a while, but we do have 92, number 92, who is in the corral with the heifers, and 80, and she had her calf. She was a limpy cow that we had to bring in and medicate, and I just decided to keep her in the corral just so she's not out traipsing across the field and hurting herself even more. She has had her calf, so they're good. I can admit, though, I have kind of fallen behind on tagging calves.
Oh
I don't know what it is. I've had bad timing here the last few days where I'm going out and I'm catching them, and they're up. And if they're up and their mom's moving them, it's a little bit tricky to get in there. And I did have one cow that tried to take the door. I wish I would have had a camera going because she tried to take the door off the gator. I had the gator door open, and I had her calf right next to me, and she came underneath the gator door. And those gator doors are actually not really hinged; they're just pinned. So she pushed the gator door up off the pins.
Oh, lovely.
So the gator door came off, and I quickly drove back. I'm holding the gator door and driving backwards, trying to get away from her so I can get the door back on. But she was not very happy with me, and I think that calf did not get tagged either. No. So, it happens. And of course, we bring them all through when we brand, so they'll get tagged then. I'm really not too worried about it. We're past the bad weather stage. When we have really bad weather, we have to...
the hard thing now is, we have a herd. My mom has the majority of the cows. Mm-hmm. The kids all have cows, so it's more like keeping track of, who's who, and not necessarily for even now, but for October when we sell, and how many does this one get, and how many does this kid get, and how many do we get, and yeah.
Right.
But we always figure it out. So
Yeah. So yeah,
it was our cow that tried to take your door off too.
It was, yeah, it was.
She's always crabby.
She is
she's fine except for when she has a calf, though.
Right. She's fine. She's a perfectly fine cow every other time of the year. But when she has a calf, which is actually a good sign, if they're aggressive like that, they're usually going to be good moms. I'm really not too worried about her. Every time I've seen her since then, she's fine. Doing just honky dory. So, new farm truck anytime soon. I wish I could afford a new farm truck.
You gotta make those dollar bills first.
We
need that YouTube money.
Yeah, we need that YouTube money, which is not rolling in. But we have the 2008 1 ton that is the farm truck, and it's well up over 130,000 miles or something like that now, and it really doesn't go to town that much anymore. So if we take it to town, it's just to get feed. We don't put a lot of miles on.
The only time that you drive it is when you
or
have
if
to
I'm
go get
hauling something. If I've got a trailer, I'll take it. But yeah, there would be that would definitely be on the wish list as a new pickup. So if there's anybody from Ford or Chevy or Dodge, I really don't care. But
we
yeah,
don't care.
So
I would really like a new Yukon.
Yeah.
So if anyone's
anybody
or a Suburban or whatever, I don't care.
Somebody asked a question back here a little bit about tips for beginner gardeners. If you have any advice, that's from Sarah Crawford. Tips for beginner gardeners.
Make sure that you have the time to take care of what you grow, because it takes time, and make sure you have time to harvest and eat what you're going to grow, because it's nothing more disappointing than something like, especially like lettuce, that doesn't sit in the field for very long or in the garden for very long, and you're going on vacation for 10 days and you come back and all your lettuce has gone to seed. Grow what you like to grow. Don't feel like you have to grow tomatoes because everybody grows tomatoes. If you don't like tomatoes, don't grow them. Just grow what you love to grow. If you're doing like a real garden and you want this to be a permanent thing, get a soil test from your local extension agent office.
There you go.
Yeah.
Beginner tips from Erin.
And then, plow up 15,000 square feet and build some high tunnels and go to farmer's market.
Yeah.
That'll be the next year.
Yeah, and the bad thing is, I think it is like, it's like a gateway drug type thing going on, to where, you grow. Erin started this way. She was a small garden.
We just had a family garden.
And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then eventually it ends up being ridiculous. And and the bad thing is about like where Erin's at now with so much acreage in market gardening, is that we're at the point now where we need an employee to be able to take care of any more. So you're kind of maxed out actually.
Super.
So
beyond. But right. I mean, somehow we figure it out every year.
We do. Yeah.
Eric Hess said, get a wheel hoe. I have one.
Yeah.
And I used it.
She has been using the Haas Tools. HaasTools.com is their website. She's been using their weel hoe for
I did potatoes with it, and I dug the onion trench with it. I did bury the onions with just a regular hoe, just because I couldn't figure out how to do the wheel hoe, and mostly because you have to flip the implement around, and I was in a hurry, and so it was dig one, plant it, bury it with a regular hoe, do the next one, and I put them super close together, so I didn't have space to go back and bury one row at a time with the other rows planted.
Right.
So.
Right.
I was in a hurry. It was going to rain. We had to get to Mackenzie's program. It didn't rain.
No.
And we were on time for the program. So I know a lot of people asked in the beginning about Mackenzie's program when we were talking at the beginning. She did great. It was super cute. We
can actually we can show you a little bit of it. Her program pretty much came off without a hitch. We'll tell you what the hitch was afterwards, but she did really well, I think.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. This would there's audio on here, so we have to shut up.
Okay.
So, but here we go. was obviously a lot longer than that.
It was pretty long. They had a lot of songs.
Yeah, I went a good half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Which is pretty long for a second or first grader to and that was the second and first grade class, correct?
Yes. Yeah. They did really good. They could dress up as bugs. It was all about bugs and butterflies and bees and stuff.
Keep talking. I'm just waving around like
and she had little butterfly wings that I'd ordered from Amazon. They were poorly constructed, and they did break, and that was pretty heartbreaking to her.
that was a little rough.
They had broken it before. I thought I had fixed them, so I failed.
Yeah, if you catch it in the replay, you can see where almost right where her butterfly wings broke, and it kind of broke her heart a little bit. And then that caused a influx of self-doubt, and everything else came in after that point. Actually, and this is kind of weird because we did that video a few weeks ago with Mackenzie and the chicken video, and she was really self-critical of herself in that video when she watched it. She was very embarrassed, and even though everybody said she did great, and she read a lot of the comments.
Like, you okay?
Yeah,
it's weird to see yourself on camera. It took us a while to get used to it.
Yeah.
You'd been used to being in radio. You're faceless in radio.
Faceless. Face for radio.
So, yeah, but she did amazing. And today they were all walking around the island in the kitchen singing the Ants Go Marching song again. And Grace knows a lot of the songs, too, because they sing them in her preschool. So they were all buzzing bees. And Lincoln was doing the actions.
Was he really?
Yeah, at home today.
That's funny.
Yeah, she did really great. So.
Yeah, so now she's actually kind of over it. She did catch me editing that video because I had to go through and blur out everybody else, so I had to edit the video a little bit. And she came in the room and saw me at the computer, and she walked in and she goes, "Oh no!" And I said, "Kenzie, it's fine. Why are you doing that?" And I haven't told her yet that I actually made it to put it on a live stream, but
she'll be fine.
She's 7. She can be mad at me for an hour. So that went off well, and thanks to everybody for being patient with us and coming back and meeting us today, as we were there yesterday, and right at live stream time actually.
We got a super chat.
Oh, we got a super chat.
I see it.
Which I can't read. Where's it at? Oh,
there
it is. From Big Rigger. Oh, I was going to answer your question too. You didn't have to super chat, man, but thank you. I do appreciate it. Do you ship your processed beef? Plus, here you go, the start of a new farm truck fund.
$10 helps.
Yeah, exactly. That buys the little tiny piece. That buys I don't even know if that buys like the emblem. That buys. But anyway, actually we don't. This is funny because when we first started the channel, we did a giveaway where we gave away 2 steaks, and we gave 2. What were they?
Tenderloins.
Tenderloins. A guy in Los Angeles won them. I don't think he watches anymore. I haven't heard anything from him. But he won them, and we went to ship them to him. At first, I was thinking, well, I'll just ship them overnight. You have to put them, obviously, in a styrofoam box, ice or gel packs, put them in there, took it in. $300 to overnight it to Los Angeles. 2 steaks. Yeah. So I changed my game plan there, and I think we went for like 3-day. But it was still, I want to say it was like $100 and some bucks.
$100. So,
to send that thing.
Obviously they do ship meat. I know QVC ships meat. There's big.
I think they got some sort of special deal.
Yeah, there's big companies that ship meat. They get discounted, like they do a certain amount of volume, so they get a discounted price. So no, we don't ship meat. If you bring a cooler and get some dry ice, we're more than happy to load you up.
It might be cheaper for you to drive than to ship it.
It's not something, we just don't ship. We can't get that bulk rate and the discounted rate, and we would hate for something to happen and it spoil. And that's the thing too. And we just don't have the volume to be we guarantee it that it'll be frozen or, still cold. And, we just can't, guarantee that. I can't refund your money.
Yeah.
My bank account doesn't extend that far. So, unfortunately, no. But if you come to Wyoming, we'll sell you beef and pork.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Here's one from Midwestern to Homestead. Ain't it time to switch to the straw hat?
That's big capital letters. That's like yelling and screaming at us. It is time to switch to the straw hat. Originally I was talking to Matt, one of our moderators, and his thing is to burn this hat. This is a Stetson hat that I've had for a few years, and I did kind of make a deal with Matt where I said if we got enough super chats in this live stream, I would burn this hat. Unfortunately,
like
it's
it.
raining outside, so I can't burn it like on the live stream because
And we're in
his
the
idea was
house.
take the camera to the window, go out there with a gallon of gasoline, and torch it. Do it in the yard or something. But unfortunately, I can't burn it in the live stream, so that kind of shoots
We
the
also
crap
need
out
like
of it.
$250. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's an
insane.
expensive hat. That's part of the problem too. But
So no,
so
let's keep the black hat. I like the black hat.
yeah, I will actually. Usually, what I do is when I switch to my straw hat, I'll take this hat in to get cleaned because it's like
It's filthy.
it's like a spider infested
It's
nastiness.
just dirty.
But we did actually go. I did went and bought a straw hat this week.
It was hot this week.
It was hot this week, and so I went and got a straw hat.
We're so funny. We're like, oh, Burr, it's cold, and then like it's like summer, and
Yeah.
it was like 75 or 80 degrees all week, and we're like, it's hot.
It's hot. I was out when I think when I shot some of the video for the project list. I was out in this hat, and it was hot that day.
Yeah.
And I was sweating up a storm. So usually what I do is I end up getting a $35 straw hat, $35, $40 straw hat. The place that I go to get hats did not have any of those hats. So I ended up spending a little bit more, and I did get a straw hat, and it is a Stetson. So should I?
Do you think it'll make it through the summer?
I hope so.
Can you clean this one?
Yeah, with a garden hose. So yeah, we can unceremoniously switch hats. Let's just do that. Get that over
There's
with.
a tag.
There's a tag on it. It looks ridiculous. Hold on. There we go. Okay. There.
Oh, it's
Look
summertime.
at that. It's summertime. Just like that. Poof. And
It's literally what happened this week, though.
it was. See, I don't think that helps the glare at all. It makes me look like my hat's floating away.
Somebody said you're like transcendent, like an angel.
Well, you don't know me very well.
It's so weird. It's like,
Switching hats is
yeah,
weird.
no, you just look different.
I had so we started the channel. Well, we started the channel in January, and I wore a black hat, and then I switched to the straw hat. And then when I switched back to the black hat, there was a lot of people that were like, "I don't recognize you."
Yeah.
I have had people pull in the yard, neighbors.
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
down the
They're
road
like-
did this. I was walking towards his car, and he was like, "Who the hell is that? Who's coming up here?" And it was me. I had just switched hats, and it looks more white than it is, Ron. It's actually just the light there, I think. Well, maybe it is white.
It's pretty white.
It is
It's
pretty
like
white.
bone colored.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, back to the hat. Switched hats. No burn, matte, and clean, no burn. So the brim will end up bent. I guarantee it, because I'm gonna bang it on something.
You crawl underneath the tractor during haying season. With
They get this hat by the end of the season. This is the best this hat will ever look. Tomorrow it'll have a big dent in this side, and it'll have some grease over here. I can guarantee it. So it won't stay white for long. Yeah, Jeanette's right there. So that's the hat. Moving on.
Okay.
That was one of our planned things too. So thanks guys for segueing us right into the hat thing.
Okay.
So there we go. Moving right along. Any good questions roll by while I was yammering around about a hat?
Lots of people about burn or don't burn.
Burn or don't burn.
Um,
How many sheds? This is from Topher Pinnock. How many sheds do you have on the ranch? That was one thing that kind of amazed me when we first came here. Was
trying to count.
there is a ton of buildings around here, and 95% of them are totally useless.
There's, what, 3 across the road?
Yeah, there's across the road. We have the old farmhouse, which we're trying to get fixed up and get it rented out. There's the barn across the road. You know, there's livestock sheds
Yeah,
over
there's
there.
like livestock, like 3-sided sheds. There's half a dozen of those or so.
Yeah, they're kind of.
And then we have over here, we have what we call the barn, and then we have the sales barn and the shop. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of buildings.
There is. There's
a
a lot
couple
of buildings.
windbreaks further out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one thing people have commented, even people that live around here have said that you guys have a lot of buildings. And
Chicken house.
There's been a lot of, yeah. There's a lot of buildings out here. So.
All right. The ranch life wants to know if you've sold bubbles.
I have not. That's on the list of crap to do. We have 2 extra bulls right now that need to go that we're feeding, which is a total waste. But with everything else going on, I just haven't gotten
got it.
in there to sort them out. I was hoping they weren't going to bring the new bulls until I was able to get rid of him, and then we ended up getting the new bulls early. So we got 3 new bulls, and then those 2 will go, and then that'll leave us with five bowls, which should be enough to cover everybody. So yeah, we're at 7:32. Do you want to do some mail call?
Yeah, let's do some mail call.
Let's do some mail call and maybe, and we will get into that. Erin laughs.
It's like the Pony Express or something.
It is like that's what that is. That is the actual route of the Pony Express. Right, I know because I stole it from Wikipedia. So, what mail call is we have this archaic thing called a P.O. box.
That's why
it's basically where you can mail us things. That's where you lick a stamp or something and put it on an envelope. I don't know. It's like email, but 100 years ago. It's like old person email. When was the last time you sent a letter? Well, actually, yeah, I know it was like a week ago. But
what did I send?
You sent that thing to New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I send mail for the channel.
Yeah.
So we send our Patreon stuff and thank yous and.
We do.
I don't even mail bills because I pay them all online.
Yeah.
So
we're totally trying to defeat our purpose here. But anyway.
But we love it when you guys send mail.
It is very cool. It's P.O. Box 667, Gillette, Wyoming 82717 if you'd like to send anything. And I guess I've never mentioned this before, but if you do send us something, I send you something back. I feel that's only fair. Usually I send a sticker back along with a personalized note. But
so don't,
we're a little bit behind.
If you haven't gotten it, we're behind.
And,
but keep sending us stuff.
And if you have sent us something and we don't get it into this mail call, usually we try to roll stuff over. We get not a ton of stuff, but we do get enough that it keeps us busy. Okay. So our first thing comes from Superior, Wisconsin, from Scott. And Scott has himself...
I tried to wash that. I did a bad job.
I had it down in the shop and it got a little dusty. Because it's going to go in the shop eventually. If you've ever noticed, we do have in the shop, there's a wall that has a bunch of old license plates on it. From all the way back to the 20s. And they're all Wyoming, Campbell County license plates. One of them came off the Model T 100 years ago. And so anyway, Scott, who has his own vinyl business, SOC Vinyl, in Superior, Wisconsin, made us our Wyoming Life license plate.
It's so cute.
It's actually the third Wyoming Life license plate that we've got.
It is?
Yeah, we got one from Folsom State Prison. Oh. Remember that?
What's the second one?
Okay, it's the second one we've gotten.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. SOC Vinyl, and I think I'm pretty sure you can find them on Facebook if you're interested in doing any vinyl work. You can tell them that we sent you.
Oh, you're doing okay. Yeah.
Should I do this?
Yeah, go.
Next up is something that was sent to us from Hillsdale, New Jersey. I still can't talk about why they like me so much, but the Hillsdale, New Jersey Police Department sent us some very cool swag. They have what are they, like baseball cards? Baseball cards made up for their police officers, and I can kind of fan these out so you can kind of see them.
It's all the officers.
Yeah, it's all the officers. It's all police cars, all kinds of cool stuff. Hillsdale, New Jersey, small little. I think I want to say like the entire city can fit in like half the ranch or something like that. It's ridiculous. Tiny, yeah, they're not a huge department. I think it's like 13 officers.
But super popular.
But it's very cool.
Compared to the ranch.
Very cool. So they sent us these playing cards for the kids, or not playing cards, but baseball cards for the kids to play with. And they sent us like 5 sets of them, so they know kids.
We're like stocked up.
Yeah, we're like stocked up on them. They also sent us a challenge coin that they had made up. Hillsdale, New Jersey Police Department. I'm going to try to get this up here so you can see it. I have quite a few of these. If you're ever in the military, you know what these are. I think I have a few from different units that I've worked with and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. You want to do one?
Oh, where's the envelope for that one?
It's from Eric.
It's behind the computer.
Oh.
I got a Mother's Day card today, and it's a bunch of cows.
It is a bunch of cows. That's really cool. Erin opened it up, and she's like, "I got a Mother's Day card." I said, "Do you have any kids that I'm not quite sure about anymore?" You know.
But it's from Eric from Lakewood, Ohio, and they just said, "May you all be well, Mike, Erin, and the kids." So thank you. The kids. Mackenzie was like, "What is that card? I want to see all these cows." And Mike couldn't fold it up.
I couldn't. It was like trying to fold a map. But that's because you had it messed up. It was like folded backwards at one point. So I was thinking it had some weird thing, but it's just a basic accordion fold. So thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
I'll let you do this one. I'm going to go out
I'll
and
get the
get
other
that
one.
one out of the fridge.
Okay. So, and then we got another package from Barbara, and she wrote me a nice little note about how I must be so busy in the garden and in the kitchen with all my cooking and vegetable cleaning, and that I probably need some dish rags. So she sent me 3. I'm guessing she made these, and they're either knitted or crocheted. I don't know which. But these are super good. I love these. I buy these all the time at craft shows. So thank you very, very much, Barbara. I will put them to good use. And Mackenzie gave me her Mother's Day present already, or one of them. And one of them is that she will help in the kitchen. So I'm going to make Mackenzie use one too. And maybe she can wipe off the table. So thank you so much, Barbara.
Did you hear Lexi honk the horn?
Yeah, I heard
Lexi's in the garage in the car, and she had surgery this week. She's old, and she had like some weird growths and stuff, but she's in the car, and I scared her. And she honked the horn.
I heard you. I heard the horn.
John, and I forget where John is from because I don't have, but this is in
Michigan?
Michigan because it says right here. John sent us a farm country cheese house selection. This has been in the works for a while because.
There's John's phone number.
Oh.
Or is it John or Josh?
No, John. I think that's the guy from the cheese house. So yeah, a bunch of blocks of cheese. John's been talking to us about this for a while. He said, "You guys like cheese?" Yeah, we like cheese, and well, there's horseradish cheese.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
There's
Michigan.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Bacon,
I'm
smoky
totally not
jack.
doing that
Yeah,
now.
you're not doing a good job at all.
I'm not like Vanna White over here.
All the cheese is buried in this green stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 9 blocks of cheese.
That's a lot of cheese. Kenzie has been on a cheese kick lately, so she might be down with
She
this.
likes orange American cheese.
Yeah. She has been on a cheese kick.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That's all we're going to do for mail call for today, right?
Is that
We didn't have
right?
anything else?
What's this?
That's something I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I think that's it. Right?
I think so.
Okay. If we missed something, sorry, we'll catch it next time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much. And it really does mean a lot to us that people, take the time to.
And you don't have to send us gifts.
No,
Like, you
no,
can just
God, no.
Write us a note.
Write a note.
or
I mean, yeah. We get some
take
of
a selfie and send it to us. I mean, just mail it. You don't have to spend your money.
It's awesome for us because it gives us. We were talking about this the other day because obviously we're like right up in your face all the time, and for us, it's a very one-sided kind of thing. It's kind of weird because like we obviously answer comments, we do that kind of stuff, and that gives us a good relationship and a good back and forth. But if you never comment, then you would never know it. We would never know who you are. And this is an awesome way for us to really kind of not so much put a face, but it's very personal, and it makes us feel great, and it should make you feel good. And of course, like I said, we make sure to get something back to you as well. So
Thank you guys.
if you would like to reach out to us that way, you're more than welcome. Speaking of reaching out, I'm totally. We should answer some questions. I'm sorry. I'm kind of excited about this one though. Okay, someone's gonna need some X-Lax. Ron, why do I see that right off the bat? Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're not going to eat all the cheese at one time, although I didn't make dinner, so we might be having cheese for dinner.
We might have cheese for dinner. The cards are really cool. I imagine their department sprung for them, and they're a great. I think for a police department, it's kind of a cool deal to be able to hand those out. It is funny though. So there's like 4 of them that are missing. No, there's 2 of them that are missing. They're numbered. And so I said to the guy that sent them to us, I said, Camp is his name. I said, hey, where's number 12 and number 14? They get fired or what? And he was like, yeah. Actually, I think one moved on, one got fired. So, yeah, very cool stuff. So
right.
I think that's a good community outreach thing to be able to do. Maybe we should do baseball cards. Number 1 and number 2. Okay.
Christy Donham, if someone was driving from Arizona to Minot, could we email to arrange to buy beef? Yeah. Shoot us an email.
Yeah.
Or direct messages, private messages on Facebook.
There's 9 million ways to
get a hold of us, and we can figure something out.
Yeah. So. We are fine that way.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mike, Humphrey Family Holsteins, Ryan wants to know, how do you get your cows back onto your property if they break out?
That's a funny story because Ryan...
his cows
got out, and so how do we get them?
Works.
Food, cake works. Cake is like the universal language of cows. Cake are those little pellets that we feed them.
Hay, if it's during, you know, when you're feeding hay.
Right. The sheriff's department sometimes helps me. Had that
Knock on
happen.
wood. We haven't had them on the highway for quite a while.
Yeah.
We had one year though they were on the highway like all the time.
We had a rough year. I don't know
We
what
had
was up with
heifers that
that.
were jumping auto gates, and
Mhm.
yeah, we just had.
Remember that time that we were looking out the window and there's lights up at the top of the hill over here on the highway, and we were like, "What is going on up there?" And it was an off-duty or undercover. He was in an unmarked car, and remember he had his lights, and he's up there chasing cows around. And I went up and gave him a hand because I figured, what the heck, I might as well help him. So, yeah, he ended up giving me a hand more than anything. So. Also, good point, Bob. Sign up for the herd report. Go to our website, rwyominglife.com. You can sign up for the herd report too and get in on some cool stuff. We have 2 different giveaways going on right now. One is exclusive for the herd report, where we're giving away some belt buckles from American Heritage Stainless Buckles. And I think I still have a picture of them on here so I can show these really quick. We are still giving away these buckles. The first 2 of them are given away directly to herd report people. Those 2 will be given away on Monday in the herd report. And then we still have a giveaway going on as well, which I'll put down in the description of this video so you can take a look at it and get yourself entered if you haven't already. So, and I can't switch myself back. Where'd I go? Hello? What's going on? What did I do? I broke it.
It's just the night.
It's not a night.
It's the night of
It's the new hat.
problems.
It's the new hat. It's the sun.
Let's answer a couple more questions.
Let's answer a couple more questions.
Let's see. No, I don't see any.
Do you have a problem with coyotes from Russell Carnes? This year hasn't been horrible. I did catch a couple coyotes out this year.
We have a fox that's running around.
There's something got into the chicken house not too long ago. We lost a few chickens, and that's a problem that we're dealing with as well. So predators are always, out here moving around.
Yeah.
The game warden was out yesterday, and there
preschool.
Yeah, and there was another mountain lion that was spotted not too far from here. So that kind of thing happens occasionally. But
John Smith wants to know, when do you fix the male calves?
And branding.
I'll just read the questions.
You just read the question. You're gonna be my Vanna White tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think Vanna White reads questions anyway.
No, she just turns letters.
She just turns letters.
We need like a wheel or something I can spin. Cody Franson, thank you for the $1 super chat.
Thank you very much, Cody.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Do you have any guns? I cannot read that name. That is in Chinese. That's a rough one. That's the first time.
We don't even know if it's Chinese.
Good point. But yeah, there's quite a few rifles and handguns and stuff around the ranch. I mean,
we live in Wyoming.
We live in Wyoming. A lot of them haven't, been fired in years. There's 2 or 3 that I use. They're tools more like anything else, or they're just like a 4-wheeler or anything else. They're tools that we use on the ranch. I'm not much of a gun guy. I don't hunt.
We don't hunt.
I don't,
because we have cows.
Yeah, we have beef in the freezers.
And pork.
I don't shoot recreationally. I don't hunt.
Mackenzie might get a BB gun this summer.
Yeah, Mackenzie might get a BB gun. Lincoln got a Nerf gun.
And shot himself in the face.
Yeah. After shooting the cat in the face. I guess he wanted to know how it felt. So. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's your turn to hack.
All right. You want to do your thing?
Yeah, but there's a question here that I saw from Rodrigo that I missed, and I was going to answer it. Matt, I might just have to. This is not good. I can't do this. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What do you need to hunt on your property? You need to email me. We do allow antelope hunting here, so if you just email us at rwylife.com and
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com, we can start talking about what's happening.
We're gonna have a super chat. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Cody.
When are you doing a video for fry pan cookies? So interesting thing about fry pan cookies, it's my grandma's recipe for fry pan cookies, and my mom has always made them. I can't make them. Every time I make them, I make scrambled eggs. They don't go in the oven. You melt like butter and sugar in a pan, and then you pour in eggs and you stir, or you put dates in. There's chopped dates. I always make scrambled eggs. Apparently, I
Why
can't
don't you
do.
learn how to make them, and then you could
I've
pass on the
tried.
knowledge? Because Cody, I can tell
I
you
know,
this much:
Cody's
Cody has
asked
asked a
about-
few times about these fry pan cookies.
I can get you the recipe.
Then you can make them and
You
butcher
can
them
make
yourself.
them. I seriously can't do it.
Really?
No, I always make scrambled eggs, and I know how to temper eggs. For some reason, I cannot make fried.
I don't even know what that means. If you
I'll send you the recipe. Okay,
tempering
Cody.
eggs.
Send us an email. Or has he emailed you?
I'm not sure if I've seen comments from Cody about it though.
Email us, and
Yeah.
I'll send you the recipe and some description on how to do it and what not to do. But I still can't figure it out.
Yeah,
So,
right.
all right.
Okay, I don't know if 20-year-old college kids are your target audience, but this channel is lit.
Lit.
Binged every
Oh, we're
episode.
lit.
I live for the moment when Mike says, "Our Wyoming life." I love it all. Keep it up.
Thank you.
That leads us right into our next story that I want to talk about. I got an email just today, and I told Erin about it, and I said, I want to talk about this tonight because it's kind of a cool thing that's been happening here lately is a lot of schools have started showing our videos to students, whether they're FFA, Future Farmers of America type students, or they're first graders.
Yeah,
I mean,
we are recommended on Egg in the Classroom, which is designed for elementary kids. And for a long time, they've put videos that fit their criteria with their lessons and stuff on their watch this for more information or however they do it. But I don't know how this person found us.
Well, actually, I can tell you that
yeah,
he
awesome.
he emailed me back. I only have the first email here that he sent me, but I emailed him back and asked if I could talk about him, obviously in the live stream, and he said that he got routed to us through another video. And ended up showing some of our stuff to his classroom. These guys are in Mabel, Minnesota. I really should have probably looked that up on a map because I have no idea where Mabel, Minnesota is.
What's in Minnesota?
You think? Mabel, Minnesota is located in southeast Georgia. The Mabel Canton Ag 9 class in Mabel, Minnesota really enjoys your videos. It gives them the story of real ranching life. They are looking forward to the videos that I play. Thank you for bringing rural America into our classroom. That's from Doug Ward. I'm guessing their teacher at Mabel Canton High School in Mabel, Minnesota. It's just impressive to me that that we can take what we're doing and actually do something that's helpful. I mean, obviously it's entertainment at the same time, but it's
I love that it applies to like a school setting where their actual teachers feel like there's enough education in it that it's worth them showing, and it's not just like a goofy YouTube video. So
right.
I think that's amazing.
I did run into a student in Sundance, Wyoming, at a gas station, and she said, "Hey, I know you, and you're Mike." And I said, "Yeah, thanks for watching." And she said, "Well, my teacher makes me watch." So obviously she wasn't too keen on it, but
Country Vlog says our egg class watches you. I think that's awesome. I mean, I think there's so many jobs in agriculture, and there's so many things that we have not even begun to touch on in the agriculture industry. But everybody has to start somewhere, and just any exposure to agriculture is what we are trying to do. So if you are watching us from a classroom, that's awesome.
Yeah, very cool stuff. I was going to talk about this just a tiny little bit. Speaking of coming out of a gas station.
Okay.
So
we're so off track.
What track are we supposed to be on?
I don't know.
Do we have a track?
No.
When we make our videos and when we do our live parts and stuff like that, usually we have an outline of what we're going to talk about, but not here.
No.
We don't do outlines here. But I came out of a gas station this week, and a guy probably about my age says, "Hey, you're that guy from that YouTube thing." And I said, "Yeah." And I thought, I was like, "Hey, yeah, cool, awesome." He wasn't very happy with me. And this is kind of an interesting the other side of that, because he said, "I wish you wouldn't do that." And he's from a ranching family here in this county.
Oh, we don't know if he's from a ranching family.
Well, he seemed to. We don't know for sure.
Well.
But he said that it was what we're doing is not good because it's going to bring people to Wyoming.
If you haven't come to Wyoming yet, you're not going to come to Wyoming. I mean,
it's drawing attention to the ag industry, which it doesn't need, which I totally disagree with. I think the ag industry needs attention drawn to it.
So much attention.
We
have very different viewpoints on that. I think the ag industry needs so much attention. Everybody eats 3 times a day, but
right.
There is no connection to where your food comes from.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was an interesting conversation, and he wasn't very happy with me, and he didn't like me.
He wasn't rude though.
He wasn't rude, but you could tell that there was some sort of animosity going on there. So kind of an interesting, different side of things. Because usually when people say something to us, they're, "Hey, I love what you're doing. You know, keep doing it, keep it up."
Especially in person.
In person, very much. It was my very first hater in real life, and kind of knocked me off my game a little bit. But for a rancher. Or whoever he seemed like he was a flatbed truck. He had the outfit on. He had the uniform on. But
I don't wear the uniform.
To be a producer and be disconnected, that's the problem. That's part of the problem. Yeah. You know, it's that, you know, we have this secret club that we belong to, and it's a good old boys club.
And you know, it's been almost 10 years. This fall will be 10 years since we came back to the ranch. And, you know, we were the outsiders. And still very much so in the county, we are the outside ranchers. Because we did not do this our whole lives. You know, it was hard for us to get help. It was hard to walk into the feed store and ask a question and be taken serious. You know, and it wasn't a fun thing to try and work through the first
being
9
total,
years.
Yeah, we were total greenhorns ourselves. And I remember going in the feed store and I had no idea. You know,
and there was no YouTube channel for us to watch.
Well, no, but even like, you know, branding for the first time. I was like,
what do I need?
What do I need? What do I do? Gilbert wasn't the best teacher in the world, but he would be there. You know, if you had a direct question, he would, but he wasn't like a teacher.
No, and
so
if
you went to him with a question, then he would answer that question.
And it was always, this is how we've always done it. This is how we've done it for 50 years. Not like, even like I remember like our branding vaccinations, like we do a lot more to keep the cows healthy. Like Gilbert did 1 shot. And that was it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just the most basic thing that you had to do. And, you know, it was, you know, we had to start having those conversations about like, what can we do to make our herd healthier? And we've had this problem and how do we address this? And, you know, those are, if there hadn't been some people along the way that had helped us, you know, it made it a lot harder.
Yeah.
So, yes, egg needs to have a voice.
That's
we all need to know where our food comes from. And maybe then we could, the front end producer, us, we have no control over how much our beef sells for. We have no control over how much hay costs. You know, like we're at the mercy of everybody else. But if beef goes up if the price of beef goes up in the store, I guarantee it doesn't go up on our end.
No, not at all.
So
never would.
It's a hard situation to be in sometimes.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody for answering questions that were missing. You guys rock. Yeah, it's black and red Angus. In fact, our 3 new bulls are red Angus.
Red. We're gonna have a lot of red next year.
Yeah, and just because you have a red bull doesn't mean you're gonna get a red calf. And if you have a red cow, you're not gonna have a red calf either. I mean, there's all kinds of genetics and everything else that, hey, we didn't put the cats away. They haven't been bothering us too much. Now I totally jinxed myself. So, yeah, thank you for answering those questions. I do really appreciate it. If you know the answer to any question, feel free to just jump on there. People are here to not only be entertained but to learn, and we can all teach each other something. Yes. I would hope.
Oh, yeah. Ellen Bloomfield said red is recessive. Yeah, red is the recessive gene. Black is the dominant.
I guess I did know that.
Just like eye color, brown is dominant, blue and green are recessive. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into this.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
let's see. We're coming up on an hour. Do we have anything that we haven't? Oh, we haven't talked about the peacock yet.
Oh, yeah. And Lexi, too.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to see the whole Lexi thing.
Well, that's up to you. Oh, and preschool. We didn't show the picture from preschool.
Okay, let's show the picture from preschool.
Super quick. Let's go through all this. It's already, gosh, thank you guys for hanging out with us for so long.
I know, this is crazy.
This is from preschool. We, one of the things we do is always feed the bottle calves. So Mike is in the corral and all the kids take turns holding the bottles. So, and they saw the chickens and the ducks, and they went out and saw all the cows and the calves out in the field, and the fire truck and the Model T, and they looked at a tractor and how big the tires are. And usually I show them the high tunnel in the gardens, but since there's no cover,
the high tunnel, actually, though, considering it does not have a cover, is doing pretty well.
Yeah, I didn't water stuff for like 3 weeks because I needed like an emotional break from the lettuce, and Mike went in there and was like, hey, there's still stuff in there. Well, there's still aphids in there too. So I did water everything, and I ordered some ladybugs and deployed the ladybugs and put row cover over everything. And I checked it yesterday. I didn't check it today because of the weather. And the ladybugs were eating aphids, so we're doing good. Peacock.
Oh, peacock. All right. So the peacock is alive and well, obviously. Every day he comes into the yard. hangs out with us. So, me bringing him into the yard, obviously. That's his, the prototype leg we still have on him, the wooden one with PVC. I haven't actually went through and got the aluminum ones that were made, set up for him yet. But there's a cat. Every video there's a cat.
It's
somewhere.
always her. And then if we can catch the girl peacock, she comes into the yard too, and they hang out.
Yeah, usually he comes into the yard, about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that. He'll hang out in the yard all day. If I go try to get him early, this is actually early evening. It's not quite dark yet, and he did not
This
want to
was
go
yesterday.
in. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
He
gonna
on the
rain.
move. He can move with that leg. Look him go.
His tail is a mess because he runs it into things down in the basement.
Yeah.
And we don't leave him out at night because he has nowhere to roost in our yard, and
He would be very
he would be vulnerable to predators, and of course we don't want that. And we need to build some like perches. Ideally, he will go out and back to the ranch. The sunlight's still there.
I wonder if this is glaring off this picture. No. No. Okay.
So ideally, he will go back out to the ranch, and him and his girlfriend can hang out all the time. We need to build some of like the perches that Mike built for in the shop or for in the barn,
Right.
At where he likes to roost and stuff around the ranch. And we still like to check the leg. It's not rubbing at all. He's got like no issues at all. But I don't know how easy it'll be to catch him once he's like set free.
Yeah, well, this is a funny thing. We had him in the yard here. This was a week ago or so, and the kids were out playing in the yard. And Lincoln got a wild hair and decided he was going to go chase the peacock. Peacock flew up over the fence and on top of Erin's
farmer's market
truck, and we had to get him down off of that, which was fun. Are you okay?
Ron says you're going crazy. Fix that picture. Is it crooked?
Is it going crazy? Okay, hold on. Let me pull out the picture. Okay.
Oh yeah, see, it's crooked. So yeah, the peacock flew up on top of my truck, and Mike had to get a ladder. I have video of that actually.
You do. I'm gonna have to hold this thing the rest of the time. I totally screwed it up.
Mike was able to get him down off, and the top of my truck is fiberglass, so you can't get on top of it. And so we got a ladder down. Mike got him down, and then we did catch him. But yeah, I just worry. He's like our child. I worry about setting him free to the world with his fake peg leg. So, but I mean, hopefully, we gotta build some perches for him.
Right. It's actually not off the hat. Somebody said it was off the hat. It's not. It might be off my bald head now, though. Anyway, so that's the peacock. Do we have anything else going on? Lexi had surgery this week. I think I talked about that earlier. She had some growths and stuff cut out.
It's like a cyst. I don't know, like a tumor. I don't know. We did not send it off for analysis because it's $154, and she's 11 years old. And if she has cancer, we're not going to give her chemo. I mean, that's, we just would make her comfortable. So yeah, we don't really know what it was, but these big growths, and she's had one on her leg for a long time. She got one on her cheek this winter that just really grew really fast, and she had one on her forehead.
Matt told me to stay somewhere, and now I don't know where it's at. This is driving me crazy. You guys have OCD. Okay.
So yeah, she had this growth on her cheek, and she kept breaking it open. She likes to go outside, and she like face plants on her face and like pushes herself in the grass, like she's always done that. And she rolls around and puts her legs up in the air and scratches herself on the grass. I guess, I don't know. She does weird dog stuff. And she kept breaking the cyst or whatever it is open. So anyway, yeah, they cut it off and stitched her up in 4 different spots. Do you want to show the pictures? It is kind of bloody. So if that kind of stuff bothers you, please don't watch right now.
Please look away. That's stupid. All right. So yeah, that's what she. So they cut one off the roof there. This is Lexi is our dog. Obviously, we had her before we came to the ranch, and that's the main reason we don't have a cow dog right now. Is because of Lexi. We did have a cow dog. We wanted to be able to have a cow, so she's not there. So it's a matter of
I think that's your cone of shame.
Cone of shame. That is a question that I get probably
Oh my gosh, all the time.
All the time. Why don't you have dogs? And I would say, we do have a dog. Her name's Lexi. She lives in the house.
She's an old, fat, yellow lab.
Yeah. But yeah, we probably will end up getting a cow dog at some point. But nobody that asks that question is going to watch this.
So yeah, Lexi had surgery. She's doing good. She does have an infection, of course, and so she has to wear the cone. She was scratching herself, and yeah, she's been chewing, so she has to wear the cone of shame.
I forgot to turn down the music on that one.
Oh.
Yeah. Whoops.
Sorry. So.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap things up, I think.
All right. You guys have any more questions? We can do one more round of questions.
Oh, Erin's in the mood to keep going.
Well, it's only 8 or 2. We went.
Any North Dakota jokes? Erin's got family in North Dakota.
Country Vlogs. Thank you for the Happy Mother's Day wish. I have seen that come through. So thank you. You have something planned? I probably actually need to plant some gardens because I'm going to be out of town Monday and Tuesday. So if it's not too wet, I'm going to work.
Yeah, I'm going to be batching it for a couple days with 3 kids and trying to put out the project list on Tuesday, which you might see kids out there helping me do stuff. I don't know how I'm going to handle that one yet. Life is always a trick around here, trying to balance everything that we have to do. And, true story, if somebody would have told us the amount of work that was involved in YouTube when we started YouTube, I don't know if I would have.
That was a poor decision. We really do enjoy it.
It is,
but it is a lot of work.
It is. I mean, it adds to everything you do. If you're out there filming.
Well, that's Mike's like, why didn't you film the ladybugs? Okay, well, I left the house at 5:30 in the morning. I didn't brush my hair. I didn't brush my teeth. I just went out and worked in my garden before the kids got up. I would have had to grab cameras. I would have had to grab, my phone, tripods. Which, I mean, I obviously have my phone with me. I wanted to just get out and get it done. And, yeah, I didn't film it. And, I wish we could. We need that elusive cameraman. But I didn't brush my hair. So
it doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just, it's hard. Because you have to choose, do we want to share this part of the ranch and this is important and we want to share this story? Or do you want to just go and get the work done? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we just have to get the work done.
Sometimes.
And afterwards we go, we wish we would have had that on video. But we can tell you guys about it.
That happens quite a bit. Have you bought any new equipment since Gilbert passed away? Yeah, we bought the swather. Gilbert did not want a swather. Hated it. Hated the idea of a swather for some reason.
And a wheel rake.
And a wheel rake. Hated the idea of a wheel rake.
We used dump rakes.
And when Gilbert passed away, we got those. We also got rid of the sheep when Gilbert passed away. Those went away. Do you ever use your horses to work the cows? No, my horses aren't trained to work around cows. I really don't know how they would react.
One is crazy and you can't even ride her.
Yeah.
And the other one...
It's just a recreational riding type horse. He's actually half draft, half paint, so he's huge. He turns like a Humvee, and I'm not really sure how he gets nervous around cows. He might be better now since they're actually in their corral butts up, or their pasture butts up with the bull pasture, and I have seen him kind of looking at the bulls more. But if they come anywhere near the fence, he runs away.
Yeah.
So he's not really much of a cow horse. So, and I don't know if I'm a good enough horseman to be able to work.
I know we need training too. I don't know how to ride other than hold on.
Yeah, I mean you ride. I've seen you ride, but yeah, it's hold on and go. So, moving right along. Anything else that we want to hit on? Maybe set up stationary tripods. We actually use tripods for a lot of stuff.
For sure.
The problem is that we only have so many cameras because we can only afford so many cameras. So we'll set up 2 tripods usually, and then that's where we get our 2 different angles. But then you still want to get close-ups and you want to do that kind of stuff.
Well, and because it's it's not just one of us filming and stuff, and so it's as we get out and we start doing more stuff, especially away from the house, it's where's the tripod? Where's the GoPro? Where's the memory card? Is this been charged? Is there any room on the GoPro because it doesn't have 4 days of video on it? I mean, the amount of video that we take compared to what gets shown in a 10-minute video, I mean, it's hours of stuff that Mike sorts through to edit.
I figured this out yesterday, thanks to some prodding from somebody. We just filled up a 5 terabyte drive with video from the last year. I figured out it was 333 hours of video on that one drive. Yeah, that's a lot of video to sort. I can't believe that's. First of all, I can't believe that we put out videos on a consistent schedule
For a whole year.
for over a year now.
Yeah.
And we started out, we did just Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and that seemed to work pretty well. And then somewhere along the line, we had some sort of stroke or something and decided we were going to do 3 videos a week. So
Rodrigo said I meant like makeshift tripods, maybe out of wood, in areas most likely the shop and the garden. We always have to move the tripods around, so
Yeah.
it's a good idea. Maybe we can.
we figure out something. We need, it's an interesting deal. I thought about talking to the school or something like that and see if there's anybody interested in videography that would be like, want to come out and film, that kind of thing. We could talk to a couple production companies, but we're not going to go that route.
No.
And so yeah, Mike, have you ever been kicked? Yes, plenty of times.
I never have.
You've never been kicked?
No. I mean, well,
you've been in
the
with the
kids
cows.
have kicked me.
No, I'm talking about cows. I would almost rather be kicked by a cow than a calf.
Really?
Our cows, and I don't know if this is just our cows or what, but they seem to be more like they'll kick, and if they feel contact, they tend to draw back.
They're gun shy?
Kind of. It's almost like a warning shot. Where it's just like that. It's not like a huge heavy kick. A calf will kick you if they want to kick. They don't have any muscle memory or something like that. I don't know. I've been kicked by the cows. I've been kicked by calves. None of the horses have kicked me, even though I think Bria tried to kick me one time, and I moved out of the way. But it hurts. Even when a cow kicks you, like ours don't. I guess they don't kick through. See
Our
what I'm
cows
saying?
seem more like charging cows. Like the ones that get mad, like charge.
They put their head down and they'll come at you.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's typical.
I don't know. I know our
We
cows.
just hang out with our cows.
Yeah, I don't hang out with anybody else's cows at this point.
Jingle Balls says I almost got kicked by that's a nice name too. I almost got kicked by a bull. Not so fun. You've almost been run over.
I've been
like
close
chicken.
to run over by a bull. I have been charged by many bulls. I've went over fences. I had a bull come down one time. Stupid bull. There was a fence post. It was like a railroad tie type post. I hid behind it. Like, he can't see me, can he? And he did. He went dumb. He stopped. He's like, where the hell did he go? And looked around. It was the funniest damn thing. I don't know. I outsmarted a bull. It's the highlight of my life.
Good job.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm skinny like the bones.
I'm skinny. You can't see me. Anything else you want to hit on?
I don't know.
Okay, let's take a couple more questions and move right along. Mods, is there any questions out there that have been just burning at anybody's anybody really needs answered? You can throw them up as well, and we'll make sure we get to those too.
What's the furthest you've been chased?
Chased by what? Erin's chased me all over the state.
Whatever, I'm not a runner.
No, she gets in the car and chases me.
They don't chase very far, do they?
No, if they're going to chase you, it's because you're in their personal space, and once you're out of their space, unless she's really mad, the bull that charged me, the last bull that charged me, he kept up for a little while. I was a little tired, but I went over a fence, so barbed wire fence really isn't going to help you with a bull, but this one was smart enough to stop before he got to the
Nick Fisher wants to know when you're getting piglets. July or August?
July or August. Yeah, usually July is when they come. So.
All right. What was your favorite date since you've been together? Humphrey family Holsteins. I don't know. We don't go on dates.
We go to Walmart. Our favorite date. Walt Disney World for our honeymoon.
We went to Orlando for our honeymoon.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was, I don't know. That's a weird question.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
When will you all be ready to cut hay? Here in Arkansas, we'll start cutting in a week or two. End of June.
Yeah, our anniversary is actually June 28th. It'll be 10 years this year, and I'll be in the field. It's horrible. We weren't at the ranch when we got married, so Erin picked the date, obviously.
We wanted the week before, but we couldn't book the church and the reception hall, so we got pushed back a week.
Either way.
Because it would have been the first day of summer.
If we would have known we'd been at the ranch, we wouldn't have got married that day because that's just the beginning of the haying season. So I think our first or second anniversary?
Our first anniversary.
I was covered in grease and hay.
And we went to the Greasy Spoon.
And we went to a Greasy Spoon.
With my mom and Gilbert for dinner.
Yeah, that was classy.
Happy anniversary. We would wave at each other as we circled.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times back then, we would have both of us going in a tractor or doing, working together like that. So we didn't have kids. So, Yeah. Any other burning questions? February 14th. Well, oh, Ron's, your anniversary is February 14th. That's a good day.
Well, that's like a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Should have had it on Christmas. You could have got out all kinds of stuff. I wonder if anybody ever gets married on Christmas.
New Year's Eve, people get married.
Right. I don't know. Anyway, any more cagers from Mackenzie?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I'm guessing they're thinking funny Mackenzie stories, and we didn't do that today.
Yes, Jeanette, some of our cows are crossed with Herefords.
Yeah, there's some Hereford mixed in out there. That's the white faces, the Baldies, and the Broncos that you see. Fake seizures. Seizures from Mackenzie.
No.
No, honestly. Where was I at, though? I thought she was going to do it.
Oh, jeez.
Where was I at? And she laid
She
down.
doesn't do it with me.
See,
she knows.
I'm
I'm
not
always
sure
get told I'm the mean parent, and Dad's the fun parent.
Yeah. It's all good.
They also told me I had a meeting the other night for Master Gardeners or something.
So you had a meeting with the kids. I was like, holy crap.
And so I had to leave or something, and I think it was Grace that was like, "Oh, good, Daddy time. We don't have to follow the rules."
She said that?
Hey, it's not to follow the rules.
They're not supposed to narc on me like that.
Cagers are fake heart attacks, Matt says.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've learned something new. God, I'm gonna have to talk to that kid.
We don't have to follow the rules.
Snitches get stitches, man. You can't have a rat in the house.
You got one.
She today I took the kids to go Mother's Day shopping for Erin, and we brought everything home and we hid it all underneath the bed. And today Grace came and told Erin that all your presents are hidden underneath the bed. They're safe.
She also told me when you guys were doing my card, don't come in the bedroom. We're working on your card for Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, Grace.
Yeah.
But Kenzie had to give me her present because she couldn't wait.
Kenzie couldn't wait. I asked Erin, I just said, do you want to do Mother's Day today? Because Mackenzie cannot wait at all. So.
And we still do. Someone said you don't stop dating your wife, mandolin bees. We do go on dates. We just don't do anything really super exciting.
No, we'll go out to dinner.
And go to Walmart.
And then stop by Walmart because we need something. And then come home. I mean, what was our last? I mean, we every once in a while we'll see a movie or something if there's something we want to see. Unfortunately, there's
we go see Star Wars.
We go and see Star Wars every 8 years when one comes out.
They come out like every other year now.
Whatever. Yeah. You're right.
So many Star Wars movies.
I thought you liked them. She's been lying to me all these years. I wanted to go, but I'll tell you though, I went and saw every one of those dang sparkly vampire movies. Twilight
movies.
It was
a big thing back then.
Yeah, I went and saw there's like 6 of those.
There's only 4.
4. I went and saw every one of those.
How many Star Wars movies have I been to?
2.
More than that.
No, just 2.
Oh, I guess there's only 2.
Yeah.
What
was the other goofy movies that you drove me to?
You like the Hunger Games. Don't even pretend that you don't.
I like the Hunger Games. Yeah, that was cool. So anyway, we're back with it. You just let the camera roll and we'll just sit here and argue half the night.
Have you heard of Fast and Furious? We've never watched the Fast and the Furious movies.
I never have. No.
I think I watched the first one.
You should do bees. We actually have a bee guy.
Yeah.
That he's actually right now bringing in bees, semi-loads of bees, and he uses our pasture out here. If you notice in some of the newer videos, if you see some of the drone shots, you'll see the beehives are starting to pile up out there. And what he does is he comes in with the semis, drops them all off here, and then they load them out and take them to.
He's got bee yards all over the county.
All over the county, and then he comes and gets the bees or the honey, and he gets the bees eventually. But
then we get honey.
Yeah, we trade a little tiny patch of land for a way more honey than we could ever eat.
He gives me a box at the garden too, which is super nice.
Oh, I think you meant a box of honey. I was like, why do you need honey at the garden? A bee box. Okay. Really quick, a couple more questions here. What do you hate about ranching? Is there anything you hate about ranching?
365 days a year, 24 hours a day.
Yeah, it does kind of suck that way.
What do you hate about ranching? No rain.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of weird because we are very, before we came here, I didn't care about, I would do the weather on the radio every once in a while, but I wouldn't think about it, 30% chance of rain, so your weekend shot, kind of thing. Now you just rely on Mother Nature for everything. There's so much stuff that's out of your control, and I guess that's what bothers me the most.
Yeah.
I'm not that I'm a control freak, but I am kind of a perfectionist when it comes to stuff. And like when it comes to haying, if we don't have rain, we don't have the right temperatures, we're not going to have the hay, and that's frustrating to me.
Calf prices are not up to
Calf
us.
prices are not under our control. So I mean, that's the stuff that I don't like about it. Other than that, I mean, you set your own hours. If I
Yeah, but you have to work every day.
right, but if I want to come and jump on the trampoline with the kids for 10 minutes, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can't. If I worked in
Yeah,
town,
we have a
and go
ton of
out.
flexibility and stuff, and I can be involved in things, and I can go to Casper for 2 days like I'm doing this week, and we've got all that. We don't have to ask for boss, but yeah, I mean, at the same time, like every time we step away from the ranch, it's like what is not getting done
Yeah,
at
I
home.
hate-
That's always in
right.
the back of our head is like the garden list right now and the high tunnel build, like super far behind schedule, a list a mile long. It's great. Hopefully we get some rain, but it's kind of shut us all down, and I mean I don't know. It's just hard. So yeah, I'm gonna be gone for 2 days. I should be here, but what I'm doing in Casper is important.
What are you doing at Casper, really quick?
I'm meeting with a whole bunch of people throughout the state. Well, and kind of the eastern side of the state. A few different groups we're getting together, and we're all involved in local farmers markets, or concerned about food security, making sure people have enough food. And so we're going to see what farmers markets can do to help with food insecurity on a local level, and maybe do some food policy. Right now in Wyoming, they're trying to get like school districts to buy beef and stuff. In some states, it's law that school districts and institutions, hospitals and stuff have to buy a certain percentage locally. That isn't a thing in Wyoming, so we're gonna maybe have that conversation. On the flip side of that, though, like until you can sell to institutions, you have to be able to produce enough. So, I don't grow enough to sell to our local hospital. So, how do we get more people growing? What facilities do you need to start selling? Like to institutions. How can we all help each other out? What if, we're gonna talk about like what is working for other farmers markets, how are they promoting their market? What programs are they running that are bringing people in? We're just going to have a whole like local food summit with people from throughout the state.
Very cool. What happened to number 13's mom? I've seen this pop up a little bit. The vet actually recommended that we don't put another calf on her, just because we don't know if it's her milk that might have actually made that calf sick. Whether she didn't have enough milk, she could have had bad milk, she could have an infection, whatever else is going on. We did bring her in and take a look at her. I didn't see anything wrong with her, but the vet actually recommended that we just don't put anything else on her.
Yeah.
Because we do have bottle calves coming out the ears, but number 13 is a calf that we had in the barn and was sick with scours and dehydration and all kinds of bad stuff going on with it, and it ended up passing away. So the general consensus
we
was
thought
that
he was getting better, and then he very quickly kind of took a turn the other way.
Right, exactly. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up, I think.
Thank you guys.
And thank you guys for coming out with us tonight. I know
Thanks
it's a
for
weird
hanging
night,
out
probably
us
throws everybody else
Friday
off. But
night.
yeah, kind of a weird deal. Now my whole schedule is going to be off for the entire week now. I'll be like, what day is it? That's cool. So thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. Thank you to our moderators, of course, Matt, Bob, and Ron hanging out with us tonight. Totally here for you guys and making sure that everything stays well within the confines of what we want to accomplish and what we want to do.
PG rating.
Kind of PG, I guess. Yeah. Thanks for putting up with us tonight. I know it was a little goofy, that ray of sunlight that's trying to suck me up in it. I don't know if it's still there or not. I can look.
We flip back and forth between the full screen chat window so that we can read the chat easier. So we don't just sit here and stare at ourselves.
That would be weird. How many counties are in Wyoming?
I don't know.
You're from here. Didn't you have like a Wyoming class when you were a kid?
23.
23.
I don't know. You're going to have to Google that.
Just makes up answers. Come on. All right. Thanks to everybody for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Make sure that you check out our website. It's www.ourwyominglife.com. You can find us on Facebook. If you search Our Wyoming Life, you can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Patreon. You can support us there. And there's all kinds of cool stuff coming up. I am working on the new website still, where we will have beef jerky for sale. We'll also have our very cool, very own belt buckle, which we are in the process of getting manufactured right now. We're going to have those for sale for folks. We ordered five
We're starting out small.
We're starting out very small. We got 5 of them on the way, and we're just going to kind of see how they go. And
if you guys love them and you guys buy them, they're gonna make more for us as we need them,
right.
and
It's a company out of Ohio that makes them for us, and they're very cool. So
we'll get more.
Facebook. Oh, thanks, Ron, for throwing that up there. Facebook, Instagram. We've got, like I said, Patreon. You can check us
Ron's
out.
got like all the links, and Nash
Ron
guy
must-
too.
Look at these guys go! Holy
Gosh.
smokes! I'm out. I don't have anything else to say. These guys are taking care of it for me. I should be like, guys, take me out.
Roll
And then-
that end clip.
Roll those credits, baby. Anyway, we'll meet you back here Sunday morning. We've got our ranch
Hey,
video
look.
coming up.
Mr. Google Pants says 23 counties in Wyoming.
Mr. Google Pants,
I was right.
you were right. Gold star.
4th grade Wyoming history. Thank you very much.
I'm not speechless, Matt. You know me better than that. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us tonight, guys. Like I was saying, Sunday's video coming up is going to be all about something. I don't know.
You know.
I know it's Mother's Day, so we've got a bunch of moms out there. We're going to do a little something for them, so it should be fun. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We will see you on Sunday. Tuesday, of course, project list video. Next week, Erin will be back in the gardens or in the kitchen. We're doing something.
We got broken water.
Fry
We're
pan
still
cookies.
working on.
We are still working on broken water. So anyway, to all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day, and
Happy Mother's Day, guys.
yes, thank you very much. And what company is it? Cody's asking what company it is.
What company is what?
I'm guessing the Belt Buckle Company.
Okay.
American Stainless Heritage Buckles, I think is what it's called. But anyway, what? Why do you laugh at me?
Good night.
Just gotta like hang up the phone eventually. Click, we're done. All right, guys, thank you very much for
Thanks.
hanging out with us, and
We'll see you on Sunday.
we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks.